Let's fucking go.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone and welcome to 1/6 Figure Focus, and you're very welcome back to another episode of The Hope Show, a weekly live stream dedicated to 1/6 scale collecting in general, movies, TV shows, pop culture, that sort of thing. Happy St. Patrick's Day if you're watching from Ireland, or for that matter anywhere else in the world. Right, so I could get some music going here and get the banner. This is episode number 76. We've done this 76 times. We're kind of getting closer and closer to that 100 show milestone. So thanks very much if you're watching now and you're enjoying the content. Please take the chance and just take a moment there to hit the like button, subscribe button, and all that good stuff. So we're just going to add in our panel members for today. We got Philly, aka Figurecraft. We got Phil, Rogue One Photography. We got Jim Collector. We got Dave, X-Man Supreme. And I'm just making sure I've got everyone added in. Gentlemen, how are you doing today? This is St. Patrick's Day. I love the way Dave made the effort, man. Shame on me, man. I feel like I need to go and put on a green shirt or something, like, you know. So yeah, you went all out, Dave. Good stuff. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. We are filled up today.
That's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we want. Did any of you get the day off? Or I know in Ireland, like, it's a national holiday, we get the day off. Does it happen in the States or England or Wales, or is it just no?
No, we don't even get it for St. David's.
Oh, right. Is that kind of, is that your patron saint in Wales? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I know a lot of people in the States, they celebrate yesterday, so everybody got drunk yesterday. Everyone's recovering today.
Yeah.
Well,
that must
apparently UPS didn't get that memo because they got my Modern Suit Batman in this morning, and they have not delivered anything today.
That's because they're still hungover from yesterday, Dave. I'd imagine that's exactly what happened there.
The rotten, ooh. And their office closed at 11, so I couldn't go by the time I realized it and pick it up.
You couldn't even go?
Couldn't even go and grab it myself. I was hoping to have that today, man. That's okay. First world problems, man. First world
problems is right. That's the way to look at it. Will you get it tomorrow?
Should have it tomorrow. It's scheduled for tomorrow, I think. And then Pennywise comes the next day. Yeah.
Which Pennywise is that?
The sideshow one, the Tim Curry.
Oh, right.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
That looks fantastic.
Yeah.
They've done a great job of that. In fairness, from what I understand about sideshow, they do a great job in those horror figures. So
I'm looking forward to it.
Good stuff. So we got 33 people watching live. Excellent. Thanks very much. I appreciate that. So I'm gonna address the chat really quickly so that we just don't get kind of bombarded. So a lot of people already active in the chat, which is great to see. As usual, the pinned comment on the live chat is the link to consider becoming a channel member for additional exclusive perks. No pressure whatsoever, but if you want to support the channel in that way, it is greatly appreciated. So shout out to the existing channel members, and we will be speaking about some of those perks later on. So we got a channel member, a panel member, and a wielder of the coveted blue wrench, Law Philipporix on a dit. So thanks very much. I appreciate that. I cannot believe that you can speak better Irish than I can, Phil. Who'd have thought it? Thanks very much. I appreciate the Kupla Fuckle. Tiny Art Guy Bob, have a great show, chaps. Having a short break in Cornwall. Good stuff. Enjoy. We got another panel member and channel member here, Philly Figurecraft. Uncle Scrooge would say, happy St. Patrick's Day, me laddies. All right. Also, if you're watching and you haven't seen Philly's Instagram kind of photos and really did with the Neo, it's incredible. So definitely check that out. We got Dave here as well. Thanks very much for being here. We got Nikolai Christian. Sup, how are you doing? Nice to see you. That's a new name. We got Vita, of course. Thanks very much, saying happy St. Patrick's Day. Excellent stuff. We got Jose G. Hernandez. Hi everyone, working today, but I'll be here in the chat. Maybe swing by if I get off work. Grant, will you have the link and feel free to join in? She's working tonight. She works so late, Jim. That's not fair.
Every now and again. Every now and again.
Okay, well, so you gotta bring in that bacon. You know what I mean? Good stuff. Thanks very much, Vit. I do appreciate it. We got Ryan, Respect the Lore, who his band, their Northern Irish band, they released their kind of metal band as well. Released their first single, so it's a very well produced. It's a bit of a banger as well, actually. And I told Ryan that I'm going to use that track with his permission as the intro. I didn't get a chance to do it today, but I'm going because I wanted to edit it properly with the Dave is ready for it and it's green as well. I wanted to edit it just to do it properly, so like I will be doing that next week again. I'll just double check with you.
What's the band name?
It's a King's Reign. Was that it?
Yeah.
King's Reign. Yeah. It's it's pretty good as well. Specifically, it's very well produced. They're all like really good musicians. The singer has a set of pipes in him, well able to sing. There's this riff. It's only it's really between 2:36 and 2 minutes and 38, and it's short lived, but it is. Oh, I think it might be my favorite like bit of the song, and like the rest of the song is good and all, but like it's just that particular bit is I particularly liked. We got Broke Mike here as well. You broke from all those module cases, or your back is broke from putting them together. Thanks very much for joining us.
That's right.
Great to see you.
Hey, good to be here with you, Koopa fuckers.
Stuff. Yeah, we Koopa fuckers. I like that. That's good. Actually, that's funny because like just in case people watching don't know, Koopa fuckle actually means couple of words Osquailga in Irish, and Mike was telling us the story about how was it your parents-in-law were saying to your son, "Slow down, motherfucker," and you thought they were swear. Yeah, what were they actually saying?
They were saying, "Slow down, don't trip." And
in what language?
Don't trip in Tagalog. Don't trip in Tagalog is motherfucker. So
I love that, man. I love that. Yeah.
Watch your step, motherfucker.
And there was this Irish guy years ago, I think going back as far as like the mid 90s, called Richie Kavanagh. He looked like a farmer, but he sung these, I'm not even going to describe it as songs, but he had these hit songs, and one of the chorus was like Ain fuckle ga fuckle trur fuckalella, and he's basically saying like one word in Irish, 2 words in Irish, 3 words in Irish, and like the chorus went, and I not know no fuckle at all. So it sounds like he's swearing. So the kids absolutely loved it, but he's just, he knew what he was doing. He was popular amongst like 10-year-olds for a while there, but I'd say he made a small fortune for a while.
I love all that. Puns, accidental puns, cross language is always
yeah. So we got Stanley, Happy Ireland Day, Caffeinated Comic Fan. These are all channel members. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support, folks. We got Ryan Smith, another long-standing channel member. We have got Mike Fail, exclamation mark Mike. The Shamrocks are going to be popular tonight. We got the 12-inch Moose Stream is here. Hello, community of collectors. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Where's my green Iron Man? Yeah, you know what? It could happen. We got Geo, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Thanks very much, Geo. We got Tally Meyer all the way from Germany. We have got Aaron Articulates. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you very much. I much appreciate that. We got V420 thinking of buying DX08. Any idea what a good price if he's getting a 2.0? 2.0 speculation. I wouldn't rule anything out, but the usual story, people say that Jack Nicholson is awkward with his likeness, but realistically, the same people say that have no real source. Like that's something, I feel like that's something that someone has said once, and then it just grew legs. They said it about Harrison Ford. They've said it about other people before. We got that Harrison Ford now Red Hulk and Indy and the Endor Han. So like I think there's nothing immune to 2.0. But I mean, what's a good price? Oh, look, it's the price is what you pay and the value is what you get. So it's really what you're willing to pay. I was looking for one of those for years. I went back and worked backwards, found one mint in box. It was secondhand, but I think I ended up paying €400 for it. which was probably like, you know, it was obviously above retail. I think that probably retailed for maybe $280. I don't know what it retailed for the start, but it was a price I was comfortable playing with because it's still a fantastic head sculpt and a fantastic. It's one of the best they did, I think. But yeah, so it's basically what you're comfortable paying. Just have a look at the sold listings on eBay would be my advice to you. Feel the Burn is in the chat. Thanks very much for being here. I'm trying to catch up here. I think I'm getting there. We got Mark Mitchell as well. Thanks very much. Another channel member. Greatly appreciate the support and thank you for being here. I'm seeing if is anyone else that I'm missing. Yeah, I think I'm getting up to that. If I'm missing anyone. Man, the chats are coming in flying. I think I pretty much mentioned anyone there. So if I didn't, maybe say hello. All right, folks. So we get straight into a topic. Sure, why not? Why not? Get straight into a topic. All right. Okay. Broke Mike, what you want to talk about?
Well, I got to go with news, Shane.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm just going to get rid of this and you can just chat to us about new. I'm going to mute myself and just take a step back here. What you get new?
Well, of course, as I'm about to talk, a plane is flying overhead. But so I got a few things. I'll start with the lighter stuff. I got a few graded comics in. I got Superman versus Aliens. And I got Batman versus Aliens. And I got Batman and Superman versus Aliens and Predator. The 90s was ridiculous. But, you know, it's fun nostalgia for me now. So I got a couple of those books in. I also got... Can we do a quick live unboxing? Would you mind? I'll be very quick.
No, go for it. Do you want me to full screen you?
Yeah, sure. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So I found this guy on Instagram just by accident. I wasn't really looking, but you know that's how it goes. Sometimes you find great artists on Instagram nowadays. And this guy in Italy, in Sicily, makes life-size Batman cowls and other cowls, Daredevil, everything, and they look great. Hold on.
Might I say, what a beautiful stash there, Mike. Looking good, looking sharp.
I was just thinking the same thing.
I feel that Mike just can shave in the morning and have a fully grown beard by 2 o'clock. You know,
it's all those cigars, man.
Yeah.
He's like the collector.
We'll have 9:01 a.m. shadow. There you go.
Yeah.
Dude, in the military, I had to shave twice a day, and they made me shave against the grain.
Oh no! Are
they that was not fun for those guys.
Super strict about that, yeah.
So you're not allowed a beard at all or anything in the military?
No, I mean nowadays you can get like a medical waiver, or because some people, I don't know. I guess we've gone soft a little bit. Some people get ingrown hairs, so they get out of it. But I had no
Mike, I feel your pain. When I worked at McDonald's, they made me do the same thing, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. All right, well, this is looking pretty cool. I'm sorry, this is not the greatest television here, but this is looking pretty awesome.
Very cool.
Whoa.
This, if you guys know Liber Mayhew's Batman, this is his cowl.
From Noel.
Yeah,
Nice.
This is exactly the cowl from Noel. And I think exactly the same as Batman Damned as well. That story became famous, or infamous, because it was the first time to show a fully nude, full frontal Batman.
And it's a comic book or what?
Yeah, so this comic, this cowl appeared in that story, and it was the first issue of DC's new Black series, which is like 18 and over, adult only.
Right.
That issue came out, people went crazy, the media did, and then DC edited it in all future releases. So that book's worth a good deal now. But anyway,
did it come with the neck piece or just a head?
You can buy the neck piece as well. The guy he does head to toe full costumes.
Nice.
But I'm really, really happy with this. Sorry I took up so much time, but yeah, okay. I'll put the guy's link in the chat for if anybody's interested, because he's really good and really fast, and he's a very nice guy too.
You might have to pop it into the private chat, and then I think Phil would be able to put it into the main chat because it'll edit out links.
Okay.
Do you have the Blue Wrench actually?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you have a Blue Wrench, you have a Blue Wrench, don't you?
Yep. I'll put it in there.
Yeah. You'll be able to do that, so it'll pop right in.
And I got a bunch of Magic Case stuff. I'll be quick with this, but
no problem.
there was a little bit of a a snafu, I should say, maybe on Case's side, and there was a delay that was longer than their usual expectation. But without getting into the details, Brian was great. He made good on it, above and beyond. So like, they're still a company that is just fantastic. They're having growing pains, like a lot of small but quickly growing companies, but man, they go out of their way to make it right, and he really did. So thank you, Brian, and yeah, they're an awesome company. And I just got 31 packages delivered from Case today. So anybody wants to come over and help me build
all of your Case stuff now.
Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
that's cool. That's
probably
cool.
done, because I already have 9 other cases plus 13 more DF-120s and a whole bunch of risers and stuff. So we'll see.
That's
I say I'm done now, but you know,
collection tour and a half, man. And also, like, you're gonna give Ian a run for his money, you know. So
yeah,
that's insane, man. That's insane.
Yeah,
good stuff, though.
Great wall of literacy over here.
It is.
Yeah.
Growing wall of literacy. Careful.
Yeah.
Thanks for indulging me there, guys.
No problem. That was a haul and a half.
It was.
Anyone else get anything new in this week?
I'm kind of all over the place with collecting, but this guy was on a payment plan and he just arrived. I know I'm kind of out of the loop, but the proportions are great. I own the first. Actually, I own all 3 of them, and this is vast improvements from the original 2.
This is the Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine, yeah?
Correct, yeah. I like the tone of the color, the red. It's the right pop, and the face is a little more, human shaped, because the previous one was a little more narrow. And it poses really well. I did some good pictures with some action with my Hondo Wolverine, and it poses really well. So I had fun with this one over the weekend.
Did you post those pictures yet?
I did, yeah. They're on the Instagram.
Good. I'm gonna.
It's the one with the Hono Wolverine brown suit, and it's based on their first fight in the movie.
Right. I'm gonna have a check at them after. I think I might have actually seen them pop up. Did you post them a few days ago, by any chance?
Yeah. It was like, I think Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I find that one. I think that's a great figure. I find it looks like a person in a suit. The proportions are really good, because I had the Deadpool 2 one, and I really liked it. But I even prior to them announcing and releasing the Deadpool from Deadpool and Wolverine, I did acknowledge that this guy's shoulders are really, really broad and his legs are quite skinny. But yeah, I still like having it, because I really like the trainee jersey. I just like that, posing with that and the kind of stuff that it comes. I have an idea for him as well. Like
the stilettos.
Yeah.
You don't get stilettos often in a figure.
Yeah, I've a little plan for him. Yeah, I just haven't got around to it yet because I was working on other things. But anyone else get anything new in this week?
Yeah, I got a few things new. One was I got the Darth Maul 2.0 in. That was technically last week. That was a really
one
nice...
that I'm not going to buy. Oh, good stuff.
You should buy it though. I'll tell you that it's really good. I'll lend it to you if you want to get some time with it. But no, it's a really nice one. And then I got a couple of unexpected pickups. A friend of mine on Instagram was selling off some of his figures, so I got these for a decent deal. But I got this absolute beast of a figure in, which is awesome. Great. It is so cool. I never thought of it.
Is that Ultron or 2012?
Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Did you get the extra body, or is it single?
Yeah, no, it's the extra body. I didn't know what to do with it, so I've got him up kind of on display there with his hands raised up. It's like because it's almost like a statue type deal.
It's a lot of Hulk for a collector. Congratulations.
Oh man. So I really never thought I'd get Hulk, but he was £100, so I was like, can't say no to that.
Yeah, so you hit that sweet spot of I want to. Is a friend who's selling it, and he wants quick cash, and he doesn't want to screw over his other friend, but like he's happy enough to let it go. Yeah, that's.
I said to him, I was like, mate, you can sell that for like 3 times as much, probably on eBay if you wanted. But he was just like, no, I just want it to go to someone that would appreciate it and such.
That's cool.
And
I like that. That's a good story.
Yeah, it is quite nice actually. And I got the Groot and Rocket 2-pack from the first Guardians of the Galaxy film as well.
People would argue that's the best one as well.
Price. Oh, it's such a nice set. The Groot's really impressive. Like, considering how old it is, it's a really, really nice set. So, yeah, really happy with those pickups. Nice surprises for sure.
Excellent stuff. Anyone else get something new in the doors? No?
No.
Okay.
Waiting game at the moment.
Pardon?
It's a waiting game at the moment. And still
You have
waiting
them
on...
all, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Did you go Bloodfin? Both of you, same question. Did you go Bloodfin, anyone?
I didn't, only because I never really liked the design of it. So
Yeah.
I wasn't really interested in it. But,
Yeah, gotcha. I'm the opposite. I always really liked the design of it.
Yeah.
And you got the Bloodfin, Jim?
Yeah, the first version I had the standard, so I thought I'd go all in the second time around.
It reminds me of those mopeds with like the over carriage, the over.
I believe it was heavily influenced by the. So this here, back to front. This here light display behind me, this kind of Death Star wall type thing. I usually have artwork there, so I had to. I'm actually really impressed. I had to level this out, mark it out, drill 2 holes, put it all together, and do really manly stuff really quickly. Like 5 minutes. I was actually I impressed myself just before the stream, but it's I don't like the cord. You can see the cord. I don't like that, and I don't know. That's the only place in this room where this will work, and I like the way it's in the background, but I don't like the cord. I have 1 or 2 ideas. I might just make my peace with it. I'm not sure, but so like the remote comes with it, and it can change depending on my mood. So if I'm about to absolutely rage on some figure I don't like, I'm gonna go like that. If I'm bad form, you'll just know, there'll be some rants tonight. And then if I'm, say like, the Hugh Jackman Wolverine from Deadpool and Wolverine gets released and it's an absolute banger, myself and Dave will just be like, yeah, we're gonna go to the light side tonight, you know what I mean? So I'll leave it like that. Go on.
Are you in a new build as well, Shane? Property wise,
yeah.
Nightmare. The walls are horrendous in new builds.
Yeah, what you mean in what sense? Like
it's plasterboard, I take it.
My friend's new build, and it's like that.
Yeah. As in, you don't like the plasterboard? You find they're weak, is it?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had quite a few electricians because we got in the living room. It's a 65-inch TV, and trying to find an electrician that was willing to put the TV on the wall. I would have just done it, but Gemma wouldn't do it. So, but so many we had 2 or 3 electricians coming in saying, "No, I'm not putting that up in there."
Because they're not running the risk that it will fall out of the wall.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm learning all this stuff as I go on. Because all jokes aside, I find the little bits of DIY that I do quite therapeutic. So not that I do much, but when we first moved in, obviously we had no curtains, no curtain rails, and I was like, I whatever but a curtain rail. I put up the curtain rail downstairs in the sitting room and upstairs in the bedroom, and a few other ones to do whatever. We'll get round to them whenever we sort out the spare room kind of thing. But there's certain things I'll be like, I'll be a bit embarrassed now to ask someone to come around and hang a shelf or a mirror. I have to do it myself. But I'd be on YouTube and I'd be like, okay, going through all the DIY stuff and the pitfalls of plasterboard, and what drill bit you use to drill into XYZ, and then getting it all done. I'll get there, but it will take me probably 3 times as long as someone who knows what they're doing. But that one there was just like, from doing it previously, I was like, oh, this is grand, level up. And once you get the distance, because it's one of those things, the holes on the back of it, they're predetermined. The ones that are open, you put it in, slot them down. It's kind of idiot proof, but if you don't measure out those holes and get them level,
there's no
or in the right, you're not getting it on the wall. So I just put it up, slot it on. I was like, I remember thinking to myself, going, this is the stupidest time to actually start this. You have a stream in 5 minutes, but I'm glad it looks nice in the background. It is working out. I don't particularly like that cord now, but I might you can get these little channels and maybe paint them the same color as the wall, so that could hide it possibly.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Just have it hang down, have an extension cord that goes from your outlet and then back up, and then have a white strip that you adhere to the wall. I've hidden stuff that way. Because
even there's
and you run it through that channel, and that strip has an adhesive on the back. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Just because I have some of the paint, and you can get those. It's the same stuff I use to hide the wires on the bleeding. So if I can hide them on bleeding, I should be able to hide that. But
Oh,
yeah, look, it depends how much it annoys me. Like, so if you see it next week, it's just I've obviously made my peace with it. But yeah. Okay, so there was that which delighted it actually. It looks exactly like, you know, when you imagine something and you're like, I hope that looks the way I want it to look, and then it does. I just yeah, I like that.
Looks great. It's a great size too. It's like perfect for
yeah. I thought it was
here.
quite nice as well. So I was going to put it a bit lower. I was like, no, this will be in the frame. Like, so now, so I'm working on a review of this. This is incredible. I look. This is kind of falls into a category of this is the Jazz Inc. 1989 Batmobile, obviously. When it comes down to, if you take the INART Batman or the Hot Toys Batman, look, they're both great. Like I don't get the shitting on the like I prefer the INART one. I think it's a better figure, but like I'm not gonna go shit on the Hot Toys one. Then it's just that's not my energy. Like, you know what I mean? In the same way that I do think this is better than the Hot Toys version, but at the same time, it's not for me to go. I think they're both great vehicles. But, you know, I don't want to be part of that, like, oh, you suck, you bought that one, you idiot, or, you know, because I seen Ben Thomas put up his review of his 1989 Batmobile, and like people were just basically calling him an idiot for cheaping out and buying the Hot Toys one. I was like, it's $750. Like, it's I don't get that kind of hate, but this is incredible. I absolutely love it. Just the paint job on it. I went through all. The only I haven't checked. The lights work, the sound effects work, the turbine works, backlights, the interior lights, phenomenal, the detail on them. The only I haven't checked is a little water thing, and I haven't finished the review yet because I wanted to be thorough about the unboxing. I've got all the unboxing footage done, and the footage of everything it comes with. So the next step is, you know, to take a few nice photos and videos of it and just maybe do the voiceover and stuff like that. But I did check all the things that were proving issues for other people, like the canopy, my canopy is sitting flush. I know people had issues with their canopies not sitting flush. The two covers for the machine guns, they're sitting flush. I know people had issues with them as well. I lifted up the machine guns, they lift straight up. I can have them horizontally and they hold, or I can have them up like that. I would never pose them angled like that because I don't remember them being angled like that in the movie, but I know that there's certain shots where, I think it's actually the Hot Toys blogger photos or maybe the advertising photos where they have them at an angle. My recollection from the movie was they popped up and they were parallel to the ground. Would I be right in that? Because I always thought, okay, how on God's green earth can the bullets from that cut a rectangle out of the door? You know, it wouldn't work. It's like in
Batman.
Yeah, it's like in Home Alone when the stairs is clearly not lined up with the door. It's lined up with like the glass behind the door. He would have crippled himself, but yet he ends up out that door.
We all know it's movie magic. I mean,
at
the Bat missile. How can those two wheels fit in the engine of the turbine? It doesn't make any sense.
We're actually the mugs for even thinking about this stuff. This is the bit you have to like kind of. You have to kind of let things go.
Sometimes it's divine intervention, like Jules in Pulp Fiction. You know, you turn around, all the bullet holes are around you like that.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta like, if you like, I know there's certain things like I will kind of call out that bother me, like just tell me what a lightsaber can cut and can't cut, because we rewatched episode 1 the other day. You know, with that character Darth Maul in it. And Liam Neeson is very calmly putting the blade into these reinforced doors to try and get into the guys at the start of that, and then another door closes over it. So that door must have been like a meter thick, but yet in Kenobi, he's hitting the lightsaber off these stormtroopers, like it's just a baseball, but it bounces, and it's like, cut them in two, man. You don't have to give us a blood drop, just cut them in two. So
my nitpick, Shane, is when Wolverine's claws are like twice as long as his forearm. That's kind of my... When you're talking about breaking the reality of the...
That's fantasy. For when he's lancing, when he's on horses fighting other Wolverines. Right. You know, so, but so far, I haven't found anything... errors that I literally made a list. Every time I saw a review or a comment, that I made a little list on my phone. When you get your Batmobile, check this, check this, check this, check this. So... I'm really happy with it, and I'm happy it's paid off and I'm done paying for it. One other thing I will say as well, the one issue I did find, and I think this is an old photo, I think you can actually see it, it's very slight, because I took this photo before I addressed it. You can actually see it. I can see it here, but you probably won't see it because you're not looking for it. But on the turbine, like at the very top of the turbine, the last bit of the black part before the silver part, there's what looks like a little fingerprint. And I noticed in the kit, he thought of everything. He's got an adapter, and then he gives you like a multi-adapter as if you're going traveling and you want to change Ireland to the UK or Irish, your UK plug to an American one or whatever. So it even has the adapter that you can use with the power supply depending on what country you're at. And then he has like its little like a cloth, a microfiber cloth, and then a tiny little tub of what I thought was just paint. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to use that. If I find scratches, I'm just going to mess it up. So I found this little thing which, on closer inspection, it didn't look like a fingerprint. It looked like a fingerprint initially, but it looked like a bit of paint rub from travel. I just messaged Joost directly and goes, look, this photo here, like if you look at that little bit of paint rub, like how can I address that? And he goes, oh, the little tub, that's actually polish. You don't have a scratch on the paint. The paint we use is actual car paint. We polish it. Then what you have is you've a blemish or a scratch on your polish, probably from transport or something. So he said that little tub, that's actually polish. So take the microfiber cloth, dip it in the compound, in the product, and then buff it out. And he said, don't be afraid to put a bit of elbow grease into it, because it's literally car paint we use. You're not going to damage the paint. Sure enough, 30 seconds, gone. And I'm probably going to buff the whole car out at some stage to just maybe for the review or something like that. But I'm very happy with this. This movie, if it wasn't for this movie, maybe I wouldn't love movies as much as I do. This is the movie that made me fall in love with movies. If it wasn't, it's responsible for me loving the character of Batman, movies, the way they tell the story, and collecting. I don't think I'd be collecting if it wasn't for this movie. So this is awesome, and the review is coming soon. And then, yes, there are 3 figures in that shelf. I wanted to repose Vader. I had him in a similar pose with the lightsaber kind of going the other way, a bit further out, with the Sebastian Shaw head sculpt, which I just like... How can you... One second. Like, how could you not use that? The separate rolling eyeballs function, that it's just a great sculpt.
So
now,
cool.
It's awesome. But like the way I had him pose, it wasn't canon, it never happened, but I didn't care. I thought it was cool. But I said, you know what? He's Vader. Put the helmet on him, and I turned the blade in, kind of wanted to recreate almost a similar angle to the Rogue One hallway when it ignites. And I just put the 2 troopers behind him, and yeah, even though there's 3 in the shelf, I'm just like, it's in the center shelf as well of the 7 Blood Edens, so it's just like, oh, this looks epic. So I'm keeping. And I even went up. Sorry, I went up to the attic because I had 2 of the troopers posed the same, and the guns were facing to the left. But I made the trip to the attic just to get the opposite hand, so I can pose one of the guys holding it with the left and one of it to the right, just to make it look a bit more symmetrical. I'm probably
it looks better like that.
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, it looks great like that. The platform that the unsculpted head is on, that it came with like a platform like that.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty cool. So you can still, if you wanted to do that, you could display it. Like I'm sure some people do.
That's exactly why I have this platform, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna repose this Vader, and like typically what happens is I get a figure in, and if it's a figure that comes with a lot of accessories, that I'm like, I'm more than likely going to repose this figure, maybe not every week, but maybe every few weeks or a few months, and I it's not like a set and forget figure. I will take all the accessories, take them out of the clamshell, and I'll put them into little like tackle boxes that I have here just for easy access. But if it's a figure that I'm like, no, that's the figure, that's the pose I want, they're the accessories I want to use for, I don't know, the foreseeable, I'll just put them up in the attic. But for this guy, I pretty much put everything up in the attic besides the helmet, because I knew I was going to use the helmet. And just like you said, I had the helmet on display on this platform just down by him, but now I'm going to keep this handy because I'm going to want to put this back in again.
You're starting to see more platforms on figures from Hot Toys.
Yeah.
The modern suit Batman has one. The BVS 2.0 is going to come with one, and you got the Vader. So it's one of the things where the collectors they do want to display their alternate heads or helmets. So that's something, a cool little feature they can add.
Dark Knight has one. It has a
Yeah,
whole
that's
torso.
cool.
Yeah.
Torso bust kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you got that one as well, didn't you, Mike?
Yep.
Yeah, good stuff. Anyone else get anything new, or do you want to move on?
That would be good.
Okay. So Dave, what you want to talk about? What you want to do?
Let's go ahead and get these Hono troopers out the way.
Okay. So I'm just gonna share those. Before move and there we go. I'm just gonna wear his. I'll go to the regular trooper first. Okay, so this is a Hot Toys Hono Star Wars Rebel Stormtrooper, 1/6 scale. They say it's entry grade. I'm not so sure what that means. This is $165, and I believe it's due to come out the end of this year or early next year. I'm gonna give my take at the end. You can just riff on this and work away, man.
All right. So I know there's a fair amount of controversy with these guys going around right now, but I think that it's really cool that they're doing.
Sorry, Dave. I don't
Marvel.
mean to interrupt you, but I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm probably going to forget this if I don't say it now.
Oh.
Earlier on, my girlfriend used the word nostalgia, and she actually went nostalgia, and I started laughing. I was like, you know what? I'm beginning to hate that goddamn word. I love what it stands for, but by nature with this community, certain words we do say a lot, and we need to because it's the best way to capture it. And I do it myself. Nostalgia, iconic. But yeah, controversy. It's just a funny one, just funny. But yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Go on, Dave.
No, that was a great video. I love that shit. But so these guys, I know a lot of folks are questioning. Why would I get this? So I can spend a little bit more and get just a regular trooper to go with the rest of my collection. And you're not wrong. I just like that they're, for one, branching out of just Marvel. I like that they're going into, at least somewhat going into Rebels. Who knows where they're going to stop, if this is going to be it or if they're going to keep going. Because, we all thought that they're going to do more X-Men at first. And, well, we've seen how that's been going. But I think that this is a great offering. I like very much the style of the Rebels art, and that Vader. I'm telling you right now, if that Vader comes with a broken helmet, I'm getting him, and it will be my first Vader, and it may in fact be my only Vader that I ever get, and I'm quite okay with that because that design is fantastic.
Have you watched all the Rebels?
I've watched the whole thing. Yeah.
I started watching it during the week.
Dude!
So I want to see what all the fuss is about.
Dude,
so I'm nearly finished the first season.
Well, there's a scene. I won't say any more about it. But there's a scene with Vader in particular and
Ahsoka.
And Ahsoka, yeah. That's my favorite thing ever, and I'm ready for that. If they make Ahsoka, I'm gonna be so happy. Like I want that Ahsoka. And although I will say it does worry me a little bit because first off, we're leading with stormtroopers, the faceless, nameless, for the most part, nameless guys. It does make me wonder if they're going to make more, or if they're going to use this. I think I said it yesterday. If they're going to use these to kind of test the waters with Star Wars collectors. And based off of the reception that I've heard so far from people, I don't know that we can expect to see a whole lot more from Rebels. So I'm hoping that they at least make Ahsoka and Vader. I'd be happy with just those two. I'll be happy with that. But if they can make a Kanan Jarrus, that'd be cool too.
Because that kind of like, that's where I'm with these. I mean, I don't want to rain anyone's parade because like I haven't watched all of Rebels, so I don't know if it's good or not. I just know that a lot of people keep recommending it to me, and so I have no I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. I just have people whose opinions I do value and recommend them to watch it. But I can tell you whether I like it or not. I'm not going to pick these up. So, but for the people that love it, I'm like, okay, I'm glad they have an option. I don't really get the whole raging on something because it's not for you. You know what I mean? Like, they look like the Stormtroopers, the animated versions that I've seen. My only two things about them is I do think that they should have been probably $20 cheaper, and around 140, 145, and then maybe for the Commander, which is 175, that should have been around 155, I think, because it just makes it. I just think that I don't know if the value is there for 165, and for the people that are going to collect them, they'll probably want at least two. It'll make it easier for them to achieve that. The second thing is kind of similar to what you said. It's like I just cannot see them rebelizing, or getting all these rebels. I don't see them doing a Kanan. I don't see them doing an Ezra. I don't see them going and doing an animated Chopper. They're going to give us a Vader by the looks of things, and maybe they give us an Ahsoka. But I hope for the people that are into Rebels that they do the whole line. But it's funny how that they've given portion of the Rebels and the Ghost crew in live action. But yet in live action, even they're waiting still for Ezra, and I believe they're not waiting for Kanan.
Right.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So
as well, which they could make, but it would have to be from the Mandalorian because he showed up in season 3. Not
Zeb. Was it Zeb?
Yeah, Zeb.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
So you touched on my point. Sorry to interrupt you. I don't know if you were.
I'm done.
But to piggyback on what you're saying, this line makes me like anxious because we're not getting a complete Rebels line from Hot Toys, and I don't think we're going to get it from this, and they don't go together. So what am I going to do with a Zeb or a Kanan from this line?
Exactly. It's like they're pulling a Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. We're not giving you a Drax. Yeah. So
I do wonder if it's possible that they will at least make Ezra from this. I mean, that was my thoughts. I think if these sell well, and I think they've been smart kind of teasing the Vader, although it's not an actual figure shot, is it? It's a render, from what I believe, or a grab from the animation. I'd be surprised if they didn't at least make an Ezra if they do well. Because in some of the circles that I'm in, I've seen a lot of positivity for these. A lot of people were quite excited. People even seemed happy with the price, although I think I agree with Shane. I reckon around 140, maybe 150 for this one would have been a better price option. But I think there's probably a lot of ask for this. And Rebels, I've watched all of Rebels. For me, it was like Clone Wars. I came into it a lot later, so I only watched it a couple of years ago, both of them. And I've struggled with a lot of the episodes because they were I felt a bit, obviously they're aiming at a younger age group, right? So I struggled to stay in with some of the arcs. But some of the scenes are absolutely incredible. Rebels alone, you've obviously got the Ahsoka Vader scene, fantastic. You got the Kenobi Maul scene, which is one of my favorite scenes in all of Star Wars, if I'm being completely honest.
I agree with you.
Yeah, and then you've got the Kanan scene as well. Yeah, no spoilers, but there's some really great scenes mixed into it. So I could imagine if these sell well, they might go deep into the line. I mean, this isn't a line that I'd collect, but I think they chose the right option going through it with Hono as well, rather than Hot Toys. But it's interesting with Ezra. I don't know why we haven't got the live action one yet. That's a really strange move. I don't know if there's a likeness issue, but I'd imagine they wouldn't have that issue with the animated version. So it'll be interesting to see if they do go down deeper into that line.
Season 2, probably.
Another interesting thing, though, is they've done Ezra figures from Ahsoka in his holographic image form, like not like a hologram, but in the because that's the clothing he's wearing in Rebels. So they smartly realized that that's what the customer wants. So I really hope if Hot Toys does him, they do him like that, not Lost in Space Ezra, because I want to see him in that orange jumpsuit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I reckon that'd be most people's preference.
Yeah.
You don't like hippie commune Ezra?
Oh man, unfortunately, no. That was such a bummer, such a letdown. Hey, you're in a whole other galaxy. I came to find you. How you doing?
Yeah,
That was a miss. They missed hard with that.
Or
Yeah.
the whole like Thrawn is supposed to be this like super genius, and he couldn't find him. In the meantime, he was just out in a field hanging
He's like
around
2
with
miles
the
away.
Ninja Turtles. Like, you know what I mean? It's
miles.
like he was there with Donatello and crew. But
I didn't love Sabine in that either. I thought she came across better in the show.
She
Rebel
definitely
show.
is better in Rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better.
She's much more
Yeah,
mature.
they definitely
Like, it's
made
hard
some
to explain.
mistakes there.
Yeah,
a lot of people, are worried that they're gonna do one version and not the other, and I would say to them,
yeah,
don't worry about it, because
Yeah.
they want your money. They're gonna make multiple versions. I mean, look at Rex. You have the TV show version, and you have like the other version, and they sat for, that one sat for a while. So you will have options, and if you're worried about having one particular kind, they're gonna make another version. I think they're just trying to get his license for what's his name? You were talking about him.
Ezra, but I forget the
Ezra. Thank you.
actor's name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane, can you remember why in Celebration they had that huge wall art, didn't they, with the Rebels, if you remember?
they had a huge what?
It was like a massive sort of mural wall art.
Oh, right.
with-
That's the
Oh,
mural
I can't
from
remember.
Mhm.
I can't remember.
I just wonder if
want
that
that.
was an aid of.
I can't remember.
So it must be a fan favourite, because it just seemed like it was completely, I wouldn't
Yeah,
say random.
that-
like,
That mural appears in the cartoon. Sorry, there's a train going by, but that mural appears in the cartoon, and then they also showed it in live action in Ahsoka.
but was it?
Oh, right, yeah.
Of
I
course,
want
yeah,
that
and-
mural.
It's like in celebration of the heroes, like that on
Yeah,
that
and then
planet.
Ahsoka was coming out
Memorial.
that way, wasn't it, if I remember rightly? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. That makes sense.
So
Cheers,
is
Mike.
anyone is anyone getting these?
No.
Even
I
like-
want to
like-
see what
yeah.
the
Yeah.
because I would love to recreate what you've done with the Hot Toys versions. With
Yeah.
this, I may be tempted to do that. I think it was very smart to show that Vader's on the way because it definitely completes that scene.
Yeah, that there was the motivation, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, they're gonna do 2 troopers, okay, fair. Do you buy like one commander and one regular trooper, and then it's like, oh, they teased a Vader, so I'm like, okay, if they stop, a lot of people are saying, where do these fit in?
Yeah.
And I think maybe if you have a Detolf or a Leiden or Billy Bookcase and you do the cube thing, they can essentially sometimes I have the bottom shelf here is original trilogy, and it's not because they're the weakest figures, it's because it's easier for me to wire them, and they just happen to have really nice light up bases. Like I got 2 of the Death Star environmental light up bases. They have to be wired. It's so much easier for me to do that if they're on the bottom, because directly underneath is where the wiring is, because there's a hole in the bottom shelf. It can be done higher up, but like with the thicker wires, they get harder to hide. But my point is, like, I do have like a system, like, so it's like the bottom shelves there are, original trilogy, then there's a Mandalorian line, and then there's like MCU Marvel, and then top are like kind of either DC or some of my favorite movies, whatever. But the thing is, with the Leidens, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have. You can have a Joaquin Phoenix Joker there, next to a Mark III Iron Man, next to a Predator, because they're individual, self-contained little cubes or universes. You know what I mean? So you could,
Absolutely.
if you were a massive Rebels fan, even if they stopped the line with these 2 troopers and a Vader, you can go, you know what? I'm going to get a Vader. I'm going to get one of each troopers. I'm going to flank him, and that'll be it. And there's your like nod to Rebels if you care about it that much.
100%.
Do you know?
Absolutely. That's
So-
why I
but
kept
that-
my Detolfs.
Yeah.
For that reason, to do things like that.
Yeah. And that you're right, man, or the monos or whatever, and
Or
that's
monos,
what that's what kind of made me do that. I was like, I've never actually done this, and I have 2 of these troopers. And the only disadvantage, I have to take them off the light up bases, but I kind of only had one displayed in the light up base, and who the hell, Snowspeeder Luke, but yeah, that's first with
And I
items again.
think we've all seen Boston Collectors Tour, right? I mean, you can put multiple figures and make them look
and
really
keep
good.
it clean, yeah.
Yeah.
Posing with Peter was
Yeah.
and a lot of people are just kind of really good at it, like,
Last thing I want to say about this Vader, though, it's kind of a big deal because I'm curious to see, does he have the light up saber? Is it going to be thin like it is on the show? The chest box going to be lit? Is the belt going to be lit? Like, what kind of tech are we going to get with a Hono figure? So yeah, that's exciting to see what they do.
Even texture too. What
Texture, the soft goods are
plastic,
like.
vinyl. Yep.
Yep.
And one thing I want to say is, I'm sure everybody can relate, but if it's like a Grand Admiral or Vader or a big baddie, I usually tend to display it with any kind of trooper, 1 on each side or even 4 on each side. So, if I'm not really a fan of these, but the Vader, I love the design because it's inspired from Ralph McQuarrie. And if I do get that one, you gotta have 2 of these next to each Vader. I mean, you have to. It'll look so much cooler.
What would you guys think
between the black and white?
Correct.
Go on.
Yep.
In the interest of keeping prices down for Hono specifically, rather than lighting up Vader, how would you feel about if they just painted, the light up bits in a way that they looked lit up, right? Like even the saber, right? It was bright enough where when the light's hitting it, it just looks like it's a red saber. Would that be a thing that you guys would?
Hono could get away with it. Hono can get away with it. Hot Toys can't.
Right.
Yeah.
Could they really? Could they
Not for
really? I mean,
200,
because
not for
then you
200
start
bucks.
thinking about, somebody said it looks like a Fisher Price, toy. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. You're paying $175.
You gotta
That's
think it's
fair.
gonna be a $200 figure because if
Vader
you're-
will be at least.
Yeah, because the other one of these is 175.
It'd be easier to accept. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the bendable foot? I think that's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that in
That's
all of my
super
troopers.
cool.
Yeah.
That is good.
No one's talking
I'm
about
actually-
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that because I've heard people like going nuts about that. Is there a specific highlighted?
There is. Yeah, but it doesn't. What's funny is they don't use any language to describe it or anything. They just show you a picture because it could be a swap out foot.
His head looks quite big.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Didn't
it could
think
be a
about that.
pre-posed curved foot.
What I thought
they
is
show it in
the Force Awakened troopers, they do have rubber bendable feet on
They
those.
do, yeah.
So I'm thinking it's similar to
Yeah.
that.
It probably is.
But nowhere here does it say bendable foot. It's just. Are you saying that like it just so if you look at the angle here at the back of the heel, it's straight until the balls of the feet and towards the toes, and then it angles up, and then here, it is flat. Okay, so.
But it would have to have a ratchet in it,
suggests-
otherwise it would pop them back up. Like you wouldn't be able. There'd be not enough weight to have it bent, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if
Yeah.
that's going to be bendable.
Well, the accessory page will show it.
Because
I
it says.
think I've gone through them
I
all,
don't-
man.
Yeah,
I don't think
there
no.
is.
It's
a-
Is
not
there an
like it
accessory
had to-
page?
No, I've gone through them all. The page for Hono, you get that. This page, it's like entry grade. Still not entirely sure what that means. Okay, 1/6 scale, high quality, highly articulated.
I think entry grade just means price, doesn't it?
But they show the
Yeah.
hands and the gun right on the floor.
What about on side
to the
goes
base?
page?
Check sideshow now.
Entry grade, they need to
I'll
get
do it.
rid of that language. That's like really bad marketing.
Okay, so I have sideshow up here. I think they're the same photos. It doesn't actually say bendable foot, but
No.
I do appreciate that the foot, the angle from the balls of the feet to the toes do seem angled up in that one photo, and then it's flat in the other. But yeah, there's no other page. Yeah, so that's what we know. So
Interesting. So the Wolverine had articulated toes as well, but it wasn't obviously like this. It was jointed.
Yeah. Because they show all the accessories in the full image with like the base, and they'll show like where they show the hands on the ground next to them. I mean, if it's not there, then I think it's safe to assume that those toes bend.
I guess so.
I think it's dodgy assuming anything with Hot Toys. Like it's like you see a head sculpt and it's like your favorite character, and it's like, oh, it's a 6 out of 10. Damn. It's my favorite character. It's killing me. Like if it was an 8 out of 10, you'd be like, it's my favorite character. The head sculpt is solid, but a 6 that's harder to swallow. That's like Doc Ock. That's I have the Doc Ock. It's an incredible figure, but I acknowledge that head sculpt is it's definitely could be a lot better. But it's kind of I wouldn't. It's a dangerous game if you're assuming it'll get better. Like I'm already kind of worrying about that. Not worrying. I don't worry about any of this stuff. But
Keeps up at night.
it's just like actual problems. That Wolverine is beautiful. The Deadpool Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. Like, I just hope they absolutely nail that sculpt because I think it needs to be nailed. I don't want that to be one of the ones that's just like, you know, that comes out and it's just like, oh no.
Oh, like
you know
the
what I mean?
73. Yeah.
I'm really hoping they update it.
And the 73 wasn't an absolute disaster, but it was a slip. It was a slip, a noticeable slip from the prototype because I thought the prototype was really strong. So I hope they hold that, you know, or improve it. I just don't think they're going to improve it, but if they hold it, that's all I want. That's all I want. Do you want to take a quick look at this, Commander?
Vader's going to come out, or Vader is going to be announced. When do you think that Vader will get announced? You think they'll be keeping us on
May 4th. May 4th.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, May 4th. I think like with May 4th and Star Wars Celebration coming up, and then you have it's a triple threat of its own. You've got May 4th, you got Star Wars Celebration, you got is it 25 years since Revenge of the Shit? Yeah, I did that. Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, that was actually.
It's like Ghoulies 4. Accent. Yeah, Revenge of the Shit.
It'll happen before Thor.
Yeah. So, all those things, I'd imagine you're going to get like, you know, some sort of a mythos figure, and imagine you're going to get like this whole whatchamacallit, this Vader. I really hope the Galen Erso we know is coming anyway for Star Wars Celebration. I really hope, coinciding with the Andor season 2 being launched on the 22nd. How cool is that, right? 22nd of April. For 4 weeks in a row, they're dropping 3 episodes. There's a 1 year, a few years time shift, and you get another 3, and it's basically a brand new Star Wars movie every week for 4 weeks. How cool is that?
That is
from one of the coolest, best. I rewatched Andor, man. I might prefer it over the original trilogy. I said it out loud. I know
Andor is some of the best Star Wars we've gotten in a long time.
It is so good. And when I rewatched it, I was like, I'm getting even more out of this. I thought I'd rewatch and go, this isn't as good as I thought it was, but and I appreciate without the original trilogy we've nothing. Yeah. But it's so good. I really hope we get an Andor. With that gun, which I believe is people are losing their minds over because it's from a video game.
Oh, really?
I just saw it and it looked very Blade Runner to me, but
yeah.
And he's the last episode, the final episode of I think it's episode 12 of season 1. Mm-hmm. He wears a kind of a long, kind of like a trench coat looking thing, and with that gun, and I just think I think it would be an epic figure, like, you know. But
yeah,
I'm putting it out there. Okay, no one's getting the Stormtrooper, but maybe Mike hasn't ruled it out. And Dave, did you say you hadn't ruled it out?
The troopers just aren't for me, but I will very likely get that Vader.
Okay, yeah. I think the Vader's nearly in a league of its own, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about this one? This is 175. I mean, if you look at that, that's 175. If you go 220, that's what the Stormtrooper Commander was selling for from The Mandalorian. If you're willing to push the boat out to 240, I believe, you're going to get original trilogy Stormtrooper with the light up Death Star wall, which is pretty damn incredible. But like then again, if you want the animated look and you're a diehard Rebels fan, that won't matter to you, and I completely get that. Like look, it's great if you're a Rebels fan. I think that's what I'm saying.
But like that new 104th Battalion figure is 225. You know what I mean? So it's not that far off. And that's
Which
new.
one
that's
is that?
Like,
Which one is that?
From the Wolf. Pack.
Oh right, yeah.
And that's a current pre-order figure. It's not like a Mando figure from 2 or 3 years ago. So, you know, they're still doing Hot Toys figures for 225.
And I believe you have to cut the box. I believe what you show here, that's not a comic book. That'll be like the back of the box you have to cut.
Yeah, there's a flap inside.
It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, they did the same with Wolverine.
It's not the exact back of the box, but there's like it's all connected because it's one big piece of cardboard that's just origami together. But like there's an inner flap that's part of it that folds out, and you can cut that out, and it's. I'm not gonna do it because I'm not gonna use.
No,
if
that was if that was me, I would get a nice image of this guy from a comic book, or well, it's not from a comic book; it's from an animated show. I get an image of it, and I print it out on a high quality print and just cut it out. Of that, I wouldn't want to cut the box open, or get a comic book maybe if you have a comic book.
I get a picture of a box of Mailu runs. If you know, you know.
I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Yep.
I was hoping they stopped that and may just do like a really inexpensive light up base like your the wall Star Wars wall, but they didn't do that. They're doing the comic book thing still.
I do like the comic book
It's used
thing
to
if
give
there's
us
a
the
comic
card
book to
all
put
the
in
time.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
If it comes with a comic book and you put it in, you don't have to tear open the box or.
It does work
box
well.
like that.
I have a comic in my Wolverine, and it snaps closed and it looks really nice. But
They do look well. I think they do look well, but if
You get,
if you have your own comic book and you put it in, it's fine.
I
They
have
just
the same-
gave you something.
X-Men #1.
I got the same book in mind, dude. That's so funny. You got to do it.
That's cool.
You can
Yeah,
buy
Dublin-
those for like $3. They make
yeah?
so many of them. Yeah.
I thought X-Men #1 would be like one of those ones that's coveted.
Well, the thing about it is the '90s comics. There was a huge run of demand because somebody saw that Action Comics #1 sold for a ridiculous amount of money at like Christie's auction, and then all these, at the time, crypto bros will say they were basically decided to buy up a whole bunch of comics, thinking that they were gonna, have a lot of money later on. So they bought too much, and in turn, they made too much.
Why
and in
didn't they just
turn-
do that with just like Bitcoin? Like, you know what I mean?
In 1991. Well,
Yeah.
that book came out. It was the highest selling comic book of all time, which means
Oh,
there are
right.
a lot of them out there.
Oh yeah, multiple prints, multiple covers, multiple gate folds. You've got like a cover for each different fold-out part of the original. You've got massive reprints. You can get anything from that book easily.
Yeah.
I'm not a grading guy, but it is my personal book that I got when I was 11 years old, and it's got Scott Williams, Jim Lee, and Stan Lee signatures on it. But
Oh,
I'm not.
that is awesome.
Hell yeah,
That's
dude.
very cool.
But I treat it like it's like a regular book. So it's like that's not who I am. But yeah, I don't put it on. I don't seal it or anything. I actually read it once in a while.
Cool.
Takes you back.
I'm going to just address some of the chats there because I think they're going to start to think I'm ignoring them. So I'll get rid of this there. Here we go. So okay, I found this for you, Moose. I'm putting it in the chat now. So I bought this from, I think it's Jedi Archives. Look, it's in the chat and it is in stock. I believe they're based in the UK. So the company that I got this light up thing from, I just posted that in the chat. The next question I think is also from Moose. Yeah, what case is your 89 sitting in? That is a Moducase. It's a custom max. So I think the max are 120 centimeters long and 50 centimeters deep and 50 centimeters high. My one, the same dimensions, but 125 centimeters long because I had to have them long enough to fit the 7 leadings on top. So it's a custom max Moducase, just 5 centimeters longer than your normal custom or normal max series. Yeah, I was curious as well, but I'm happy at how it looks. I don't normally do it, but I'm happy how it turns out. I'm scrolling down some of these. I'm very, 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 very far behind. Very far behind. But we do have a super chat from Andreas IB, I believe. So we do have a super chat. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Let's fucking go.
So the super chat reads, Andreas IB says, and thank you very much, I do appreciate the $5 super chat. Hono will sell cracked helmet Vader as a separate figure. I completely agree with this, similar to the
That's a good
Wolverine
point.
variants. I think that's exactly what they'll do. They'll bring out a Vader, and then like 6 months down the line, they'll bring out maybe a cracked Vader helmet one version. And if they get that, you'd be thinking surely Ahsoka is not too far behind. Yeah, and I hope Hono does animated lines like Ninja Turtles Batman. Maybe they will. Thank you very much for the super chat.
That'd be great.
Andreas. And that enters you into the giveaway to draw for the Artisan Anakin Skywalker. I'll mention that later on. So it's from the End of Rebels. I'm not sure what that was in relation to. but maybe that's
That was
cracked
the
radon
Star
or
Wars
something.
celebration.
The
thing.
the mural, would that be right? Mural, good stuff. I think I saw Calvin here. Calvin, are you getting ready to go to Japan? You must be you packed yet? I suppose a bit too early now. It's probably maybe a month away or something like that. But he must be getting excited. He's going over to Star Wars Celebration. Thanks very much for joining in. They're working on seamless tech for the perfect Jar Jar. Oh, don't worry, I'll be buying one to rock and one to stock. These are actual problems. These are not actual problems. These are first world problems. Just going through everything with. No, I'm definitely not sponsored. But if they want to sponsor me and give me a few panels, well, I've actually no more use for a few panels, but I'd give them away if they did. I would give them away. Yeah, Ian is okay. I messaged him earlier on. He's just taking a break and he's actually feeling sick at the moment. He was voice messaging me and his it sounds like he's got a frog in his throat. And that's not just a Scottish accent. I mean, he actually does sound different than normal. No, he's come down with a cold and he will be rejoining us. I think maybe in a week or two, or whatever, he feels better. So, yeah, and I'm sure he'll be happy that you're asking after him, Ryan. So, okay. So, right, who's next then? Who chose? I think Mike and Dave chose. Jim, what do you want to talk about?
Snap. Should we do one of the games?
Cool. We'll get one of the games out of the way.
Love it.
I think you're going to enjoy this one, and I think they're quite difficult. If you're just joining us, folks. Sorry, go on.
I just said love to hear it.
Okay, cool. If you're just joining us, folks, and you've never played this game before, I'm going to show my panel and chat. You can get involved as well. 2 images, and you have to decide which one gets Thanos snapped out of existence. You can never experience it again. Maybe like say it did exist once, but you'll miss it because that will really torture you. Would you get rid of the X-Wing or the Slave One? Mike,
I would get rid of the Slave One as much as I love it. The X-Wing just like blew my mind as a kid when those foils just go like that. Can't replace that.
It was Space Top Gun. It was like the F-14 when the wings were back and then it was opened up. Yeah. Surely influenced by the F-14.
And
Dave,
World War II, yeah.
What happened in...
Well, he designed a lot of the space battles were influenced by World War II dogfights. Yeah.
That makes sense. I thought you were talking about the opening and closing thing. I thought.
I thought Shane was going to say what happened in World War II then for a second.
No.
You guys didn't see that secret tech we had in World War II?
yeah. It's like, man. Yeah. So the Death Star. Just the F-14. I always loved the way it had the wings could be like back and like a triangle, like a flying triangle, but then it could be opened up as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But so X-Wing, you get rid of the Slave One. Dave?
I will snap every single X-Wing in the fleet for the Slave One.
Big fan of the Slave One then?
Oh yeah. Come on, that charge that he drops, dude.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dude, that alone is cooler than every single other thing that every other ship has ever done.
What's the Disney-fied fake name for the Slave One?
Boba
it's the fire spray, something like that.
The fire spray. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds sexual, but
Boba Fett's Starship.
That sounds like you need to see a doctor and get a cotton swab.
Exactly. That seems like you need to get that checked out. Yeah, that does not seem. That
sounds like a bad day at the office. Is what that sounds
that's like some sort of a non-PC nickname for an STI or something like that. But terrible name. Terrible. I mean, the Bloodfin is pretty damn cool. I think that's like a cool name. An assassin's, motorcycles, name. But the fire spray, no, get out of here. What would you get rid of, Jim?
No, I'd get rid of the Slave One. I don't like that design much at all.
Really? Do you not like it when it kind of it lands like that? And
I don't like the thing. I just never. It just didn't vibe with me. But the X-Wing, damn, that's pretty cool. I mean, in a kid mind, you're like, oh my god, it's got 4 wings. That's insane. So that kind of like really sticks out of you as you kind of grow up. But I'd snap the Slave One and keep the X-Wing. I think it's slightly more iconic as well.
And what about yourself, Phil? I'm guessing you're going to get rid of the Slave One, no? No.
Best sound in cinema, best sound in YouTube land. When you get a super chat, that detonator is phenomenal. I love the Slave One. Can't believe they changed the
it's
name.
pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's woken my kids up many times.
I'm sorry,
like driving, listening to the stream, and they're sleeping in the back seat.
That reminds me of the sound when Jim Carrey says, "You ever heard of an annoying sound?" Exactly like that.
And aside from the show, Boba Fett's my favorite character as well. So all day long, Slave.
I put the Empire Strikes Back, but I was reposing today. I was moving things around, and I was like, I don't think I've reposed that since I got it. It's just a simple pose, but I was just admiring the figure. Do you ever look at a figure going, I need to look at you more? Do you know, it's such a silly thing to say. It's like,
quite often I consider reposing the ESB Boba, and I'm like, no, I just want him.
You just have it the way you want it.
Hand over the gun.
I met this guy yesterday. There's Dublin Comic Con. I was there. I was there with the 501st doing a troop. Like the Comic Con wasn't particularly good. Now I liked it because I was there with the guys from the 501st, and they're just a great bunch of lads. And you got to put on the armor for the day and all that. Like, but previously I'd met this guy, and he's a full Empire Strikes Back Boba armor, and I swear to God, guys, this guy. It looks like he's walked straight off the set. It is amazing. So I saw him there yesterday. I was like, Eamon. So, still have that Boba Fett? Yeah. Not selling it? He's like, no, Shane. I am not selling it. Okay. It just looks incredible. What do you think, Philly? What would you get rid of?
Sorry, Phil, my friend. I have to disagree with you. I mean, it looks like the Slave One looks like a logistic nightmare. I mean, like, which direction does it go? It kind of confused me when I first saw it. I mean, if you look at it right now, it looks like it would go that direction, but it flips over and it looks like General Grievous's mask. I mean, it's like, it just doesn't make sense. The X-Wing is more traditional. It's something I probably would want to fly. It looks, basically it's Top Gun. And I disagree. But yeah, definitely snap the Slave One.
That's the beauty of the Slave One, though. Keeps them guessing. You don't know what you're gonna do with this thing. It's fantastic.
Yeah, if you look at it right now too, the way it's set, it looks like the Phantom Menace drone ships. You know, when they fight in
it looks like a bunch of
Yeah, it does.
It looks like a bunch of droids are gonna come out of it. Yeah, that's fair. I think but see how small they are. See how small the people are. They're tiny. It makes me want to get that, like that Han and Carbonite. I'm why Hot Toys haven't done one of them is beyond me. Like, but the Sideshow one, I've been.
I picked that one up recently, the Sideshow one, to go with my Arena Fett, and
the
looks great.
Stuff,
looks great with him.
Cool, man. Yeah, because I can imagine him right behind the Boba there, but yeah. Vita says, snap the Slave One. So does Stanley.
Good choice.
Keith is saying, hey Keith, get rid of the X-Wing. Mike is saying, I had a lot more interest in Slave One when you could see the inner workings of it from the Mando episode. Yeah, that's pretty good. Shiny says, it's called the Valued Employee Friend One. The Slave One looks like Gandalf's hat. That's funny.
I always thought of it as like a sand crab.
I would. Yeah, no, I could see that too. I think the Slave One is class, but I would have to. I prefer the X-Wing more. I would snap the Slave One. Okay. So this is the Ghost or the Razor Crest. I'm gonna go first. I have no attachment towards the Ghost, and I think the Razor Crest is awesome. So the Ghost is gone, and I'd keep the Razor Crest. I'd actually... No, I'm not going to finish that sentence. That might spoil the next one. Philly. Philly, you still with us, or...
Sorry, I was coughing at the same time when you said it. The Ghost snap. Razor Crest just has more of that classic, nostalgia. It looks
you're
like
still allowed to say the word. I still say the word. I get it, but you know the way when a word nearly loses meaning,
Mm-hmm.
But like the word is so important, like especially in our community. It's the same as iconic. Like it is okay. Iconic is kind of maybe overused. Like it's like something comes out last week.
That's why we're all here.
It's iconic.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but no,
it looks it's beautiful. Nostalgia. It reminds you of the 1950s ship. Like it looks like somebody would do an AI version of the ship, which looks exactly like that from the 50s. So definitely would do that.
Okay. So you'd snap the Razor Crest and keep the Ghost then?
No. Snap the Ghost to keep the Razor Crest.
Sorry. I misinterpreted what you were saying. Sorry. What about you, Phil?
Yeah, same nostalgia-wise. I think a lot more sort of happened with the Razor Crest. I was gutted when it got destroyed.
Yeah. Anyone get the HasLabs? No. Anyone?
I got the HasLab.
Those HasLabs are dope. Those HasLabs are so dope.
I love that piece. I'm so happy I got it. It's great.
You got the Razor Crest, Mike.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I got the Ghost. I got the Ghost.
Right. Oh, right.
I almost did because it was just, ooh, yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, snap Ghost, keep the Razor Crest.
Okay, Jim.
The Razor Crest. I remember when I first saw that ship, and I thought, why does Mando have such an ugly ship? And then it went and got blown up, and then I decided I really liked it, and I was sad it was gone. So I'm
the dumbest things they ever did.
So the Razor Crest, basically, you didn't like it, but it played hard to get and died, and you suddenly realized you were in love with it.
Exactly that.
Learning so much about you, Jim.
Don't know what
The FOMO got him.
But yeah. So and Ghost, I don't have much attachment to. I do like its design though. I reckon it would almost sit home in like an Alien film. The kind of
you're right,
shape they got
man.
out of it.
Definitely.
Like
Yeah.
Nostromo,
Yeah, exactly. The Narcissus, it reminded me a lot of that. But yeah, I'd snap the Ghost and keep keep the other one.
Cool. Dave?
This is tough.
It's not supposed to be easy, Dave.
Because
we can't have you coming on here like not making
but like
tough
everyone
decisions.
else is like, oh yeah, I'll snap this, I'll snap that. I'm over here like, eh.
But they're rootless. They're heartless people.
Well, but dude, it's because with the Ghost, you've got two ships in one. You still have the detachable Phantom with that, and that's just cool all by itself. You've got more living quarters. You've got just a larger space to work with. But then on the opposite side of that, with the Razor Crest, you've got I can't. They're both sizable ships. They're both stupid cool.
When I think of Mandalorian and the Razor Crest, I go, oh my god, remember all those good scenes with the living quarters? Yeah. like Shiny says, yeah. Remember when Grogu ate all those ladies, unborn children?
Yeah.
Shut up, Shane.
I deserve that. It's
the utility aspect of it. It's what the ship can do and what a ship needs to do. Yeah. I'm. You know what? As much as I'm gonna snap the Razor Crest. I love the Ghost too much. It's so hard. It's so hard.
Because, when I was watching the show, I was like, I can't believe they destroyed his ship. Like, like, how's he going to get places? How's he going to, like, how's he going to, fight off other ships? But he was so devastated. He's like, where am I going to live?
Yeah.
And then he got the N1, which is amazing. But, like, still, where am I going to live?
In his one little hanging cot.
The
N1 is the most impractical ship for a bounty hunter of all time. I mean, he went from the Razor Crest, which had carbon freezing chambers in it, and all this tech, to the N1, which barely can fit Grogu, but whatever.
Yeah,
but it's so cool.
Yeah.
Now,
God,
I just this comment. This
Someone
comment.
boot him out of here.
Catch your cell phone.
No. He's gonna make us all cry. Yeah. Okay. So Jose is saying that's okay. We welcome differences of opinions here. So he's all the Ghosts and he wants to get rid of the Razor Crest. I didn't see that coming, but he's a big Rebels fan though. He's a big Rebels fan.
Can I snap them both and get the Ebon Hawk?
Pardon?
Catch yourself home.
Catch yourself home. Yeah. Mando had to download the Space Uber app.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It'd have to be Uber, whatever they call it, for more room. I would snap the Ghost personally. I love them both, but the Razor Crest is more of a unique design, and I always thought it looked like a cricket, or some kind of bug. And I think
I got that.
Yeah, I think it's just really, really different, and give Disney a lot of credit for designing it, because they've kind of lacked creativity in their like alien designs and ship designs and stuff. But this one's a winner, I think.
Yeah, that's 100%. Go on, Mike. What would you get rid of?
I would keep the N1. I love them both, obviously, but yeah, that's what I would do.
I would do the same. I'd snap Anakin's Starfighter because it's just the content. I get more out of the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian than I do out of the prequel trilogy. I'm just not a big prequel trilogy guy, and I also think the scenes with the N1 were just more memorable. Like when he tests it out, when he outruns those other bounty hunters, or not bounty hunters. Not the what do they call them? The 2 guys in the X-wings at that stage. They weren't rebels. They had a name which was like the rebels. They changed the guards or something. They had
the New Republic.
Something like that. It was basically like we're now organizing a place, but yeah. Exactly.
Isn't the N1 technically prequels anyway?
Yeah, you could say that, but at the same time, like I'm looking at this version because I still think that this had more memorable scenes in The Mandalorian than the yellow ones had in the prequels. Personally, I'd snap the Starfighter.
Yeah.
Even Yost snapped the Starfighter, so you know. So,
yeah.
What about
Sometimes you gotta snap the things you love, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so
got him.
Yeah, I know. I know. In fairness, like. I'm glad he's working on the license stuff. Like, probably simplifies things for him, and like that. Yeah, I can't speak highly enough about that 89, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of these stuff he's gonna do. Dave, what would you snap? What would you get rid of?
I would have to snap the Jedi fighter, because like the N1 is just so much cooler, and it doesn't need the little space ring to go places, right? Like it's all in one package. And he's got
I
that
actually
little
like the space ring.
It is.
The space ring is interesting.
I like the docking thing. I think that was kind of cool.
But we've seen it get destroyed before, and then they're screwed, right? And they gotta leave it behind. It's a liability. This guy's got the little boogie button too, where he doesn't have to go hyperspeed. He can just zip off anyway. It was so cool, man.
Do you know what it's like? It's like the first time that some Jedi took that out, and then detached and left the space ring in orbit and went down to do whatever he had to do, and then he comes back up and the space ring has been destroyed, and he's like, why didn't anyone think about this? It's like that it's like in the end of Dumb and Dumber. What if he shot me in the face? I don't know, what if he shot that was a risk we were willing to take. What if he shot me in the face? Yeah. So what would you get rid of? Would you get rid of the you get rid of Anakin Skywalker then because of the space ring thing? Dave.
Oh. Yeah, sure.
Is that Is you prefer the N1? Okay.
Yeah, I'm keeping the N1. Hell yeah.
Cool. Jim?
I would snap Anakin's fighter. I just never really clicked with the design. The M1's just a really, really nice ship, and for me, I mean, my connection to it is from Phantom Menace. Really like that yellow design. As ridiculous as the whole Anakin destroying a starship scene actually is, now that I think back to it.
Try rolling. That's a cool trick.
So lame.
Chosen one.
I love
Chosen
that song,
one.
but there's so much lameness. But nostalgia, right? So it's all good.
One thing that wasn't lame though, any scene with Darth Maul.
Oh, that's very true.
Yeah.
Except where Qui-Gon died. That was lame.
It wasn't at the time though. I thought that was, but now because we've seen Sabine and Darth Maul get cut in half and come back.
It was lame when it happened.
Dave,
it was lame
to
from
be
the start.
fair now, Dave.
I liked it.
It was very clean cut that lightsabers did cut Irish actors. So I have to say earlier on, I just want to know what they cut and what they don't cut. They don't cut stormtroopers. They do cut reinforced doors, and they definitely cut intestines of Jedi. So okay, up until a point, but then they changed everything. So, Phil.
I almost prefer the Jedi Starfighter because it's sort of TIE Fighter-esque. I'm guessing it was like sort of a prototype version of it, I suppose. But yeah, the N1. I mean, it's another case of the sound on screen. Love the sound of it, the design of it.
It's like a muscle car.
Yeah, definitely.
I was thinking it's like the Ferrari of like starfighters.
I could see Vin Diesel in this.
100%. They flew a car into space, so
yeah. I'm never going to watch that.
I
don't need to see
Which
that.
one was that?
I don't need to see that.
Yeah, I'm never going to see that either. I've never seen any of
I'm
them.
happy. I'm going to die never seeing that. No.
I wish I hadn't seen it either, but there we go. I have, unfortunately.
What about yourself, Philly?
It's funny. I had the Jedi Starfighter on pre-order through Jazz Inc. and I will snap it because I'll go into the N1 right now, but it was as close as I was going to get to a TIE Fighter anyways for a 1/6 scale, and sadly it was canceled. So, but the N1, it just has so much inspiration for classic cars, muscle cars, a Studebaker, and it goes perfect with Mando. I mean, come on, look at the helmet, it matches.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. I just finished a rewatch of the first 2 seasons, and I'm gonna watch those 2 episodes of Book of Boba Fett, which feature him as well. And then I'm gonna go back to the start again. Because like when I finished the rewatch, I was like, I stopped at when Luke has Grogu, because that's where the series probably should have stopped.
100%.
But then you get those 2 absolute gems, which I'd imagine were originally part of season 3, but then they gave them to us in Book of Boba Fett. It made no sense, but they were so good, and that's when he gets his Starfighter. Because I just completely forgot about all that. Like, so I need to rewatch them, and I'll go back again. So yeah, great. I might actually look into getting a version of the N1. Like 6 scale is not happening, and I just the same. Like, you have the Batwing, don't you, Philly? Do you?
Yes, sir.
Oh my god! Like, if like that I don't have I simply don't have the space for that. The money, I could make it happen. Space, don't have the space for it. Never happening.
Yeah.
Did the Jazzwares, did they do an N1? Because their ships are so good, Shane. If you're looking,
they're
kind of
like
about
yay big, aren't they?
Yeah.
Maybe like that'd be
they
cool.
They are
like,
so well painted. I mean, you can find them in at least over here in Target, and they're just readily available and not very expensive. And they make great models.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. I think Zach from Collecting Weekly actually 3D printed a kind of a bigger scale one as well. So
I saw the prototype at San Diego Comic-Con, and it was definitely something to behold. So
like 6 foot.
Yeah, it was laid on sideways too, so it looked amazing.
It's like the problem with that ship is there's so much kind of dead weight to it, right? Because that tail is so long, but it's part of the elegance of the ship. But it really takes up a lot of room.
I think big pieces like that are, if you have a huge basement and you are putting, say, like all along the perimeter module cases or Detolfs or Bladedens or whatever display, and you've got space in the middle which is essentially empty for pedestals, now you're talking. That's where those things would go. Like,
because that would be great.
You could put it right in the middle and you walk around like in a museum. So
what I'm a 360 view of it.
On one wall, I'm doing 4 module cases 1 high. So that I could put, and I got the top board, so I could put stuff on top of them. So things like that with them.
That's a great idea. That'd look cool. Folks, we're just, if you're watching now and you haven't hit the like button or subscribe button, please consider it. We are at 4,525 subscribers. Hopefully, touch wood, on the way to 5K. Shout out to the members. So we have, first of all, the Troopers tier. And as usual, the pinned comment in the live chat is the link to become a channel member, either a Trooper or a Commander. So the Troopers tier, the first 5 were gifted actually by our very own Dave, X-Man Supreme here 2 weeks ago. They went to Loki Collector, Keith Lee, Field of Burn, Malek McBain, Pete Photography and Collectibles. And then the regular Troopers, then we've got Shiny, we got Lieutenant Venus. Must be friends with Mike L. We got
you love that name.
We got Big Rib, the Ben Thomas Show, Caffeinated Comic Fan, Dogito, Stan Lee, Vita, Tiny, Art Guy Bob. He might join us again in the future as well. Great having him on the show. Very talented artist. Figurecraft, who is right here with us. Blurred Dad Life, 1-6 Shooter Trevor. We got Figures and Fandom, Howard Potts, Ancient Silver Fox, Jose Chi Hernandez, who's in the chat there. Brian Wong, Eddie Money Mendez, Jim Collector, who is here on the panel. Lancelot's Nerd Corner, Mike L, who's also here in the panel, and Ryan Smith. And of course then, that is the Troopers. And then the Commanders, as well as the benefits of Troopers here, they get to have their YouTube name or handle displayed at the end of all of the live streams and the content, like the pre-order previews, release reactions, unboxings, and reviews, etc. like this. So new videos in the channel, but they're not kind of new, they're probably a week and a half old at this stage. But my thoughts on the Hot Toys TIE Fighter pilot, we will be chatting about that briefly later on. I think we covered this on the Hono prices. The giveaway, folks, so what we're doing, we are giving away an Anakin Skywalker. So an artisan Anakin Skywalker, hopefully it won't be bald when it comes out. The date, I don't know at the moment, it's to be confirmed. It'll be after the release, but it will be on an episode of The Hope Show. I will give you ample time. How do you enter? You drop a super chat on any live stream from the 3rd of February. That's when we kick this off until when this gets released and when I get it in hand and I tell you when we're doing the giveaway, probably a duck race, something like that. So if you have dropped a super chat on any stream since February 3rd, inclusive of February 3rd and onwards, you're already going to be entered into it. Or a super thanks on any of the video, that's essentially the super chat equivalent but video form. And or be a channel member on the night of the giveaway. Again, you can join the night if you want, or drop a super chat or whatever, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. It'll be a duck race, it'll be very fair, like one entry per person, and then whoever wins it wins. It's an exciting time, so hope it goes to a good home, and I hope it turns out well, in fairness. Okay, so I'm just going to tell everyone on the panel, the flame emoji on the left bottom corner, I'm going to select that when it is my turn, so I'm going to give you maybe 5-minute warning for that, and everyone's going to give a hot take. Okay, so if you can maybe think about a hot take, maybe something that you have, do you think like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that and everyone's a big fan of it, we're gonna give a hot take. Okay, we're gonna keep it PC, but like maybe just something that everyone loves and you're like, yeah, I've never been a fan of that. So we're gonna I'll select that one in a few moments time, but okay, so Jim has selected something, so has Dave, so has Mike, so Phil, what do you want to talk about?
The TIE Fighter pilot then, please.
Good stuff, excellent choice. And TIE Fighter pilot, where is that TIE Fighter pilot? Aha, I presume you're picking this up, Phil?
100%, yeah.
Yep.
As soon as it dropped.
Yep.
It is
about
a bit
time.
skinnier than I'd like it to be, which is unusual because normally they're fatter than they should be because of the suits underneath. But
I think it looks good there, man.
That one looks good, but I'm sure there were a few pictures where it looked.
Can I say this? Two things, right? Number one, we never really see this guy head to toe. There's actually three things I want to say. Second one, it's just the big head we see inside in the TIE Fighter for the most part. I think there's like a short clip of when Vader says, some of the fighters are broken off from the main group. You two come with me or something like that. But for the most part, you see him in the TIE Fighter, so we're not used to seeing him like that. Second thing is that he's got no armor. And the third thing is, I've seen people in the 501st cosplay this, and I've always thought the helmets looked quite big.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Yeah, like as in, I do think the proportions, we're expecting the proportions to be the same, the helmet and then the armor and stuff like that. But I think because there's no armor on that, it is actually supposed to be better. I do actually think it's accurate. But
probably comparing a little to for anyone who's played Star Wars Battlefront.
Right.
Yeah.
You do play. Well, they're not actually TIE Fighter pilots. They're like an elite force. The emblems there, the Imperial cogs are red as opposed to white, I think.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Have you guys seen the meme where it says like it shows this one? It says you. and then it shows the sideshow one. And it says the guy she tells you not to worry about.
Very good. I've heard the sideshow one is quite good.
It looks great.
And some people are saying it looks better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the helmet proportion is wrong. I mean, and again, it looks fine there, but I think, you know, when they sort of show it in its entirety, where they've got what it comes with, the accessories and blah blah blah, I think it looks quite skinny there.
Also, Phil, it was the picture at Secret Base that they showed that a lot of people reacted to as well.
Oh, right.
That one there on the left. On the right, it looks fine, but on the left, it looks quite slim. Maybe it's just the pose it's in, but either way, it's coming home anyway. I'm going to get this all day long. I'd like to get two, but we'll see.
I was in contact with Brian because the troopers obviously have to be rehomed. They come out of the module case that was specifically built for the 89. The 89's there. I put them on the windowsill and I absolutely hated it. It just looks like I was just throwing them there. Ironically then, I have them on top of like a bookshelf I have here, and I actually put the 4 in our Joaquin Phoenix Joker on the windowsill, and I love the way it looks. It's weird. I don't know why. I think maybe I think it looks like because it looks like they're supposed to be there, not like I'm just moving things around. It looks really well, and I have it like, say, the first Joker, say when he's spinning the sign or whatever, and then I've got the Arthur Fleck, and then I've got the dancing scene where he's making that transition, and then finally the studio, and it's just telling a story. It looks really well, so I'm going to leave them there, but I don't like having the troopers on top of that bookshelf. It's fine for now, but not long term. So I'm going to get module cases and get rid of that bookshelf because there's nothing there that can't be rehoused somewhere else. But and this guy he's going to be in the troop. The troopers look just great together in the same way that those Joaquin Phoenix 4-pack look good together.
Floating shelves next to the Empire wall diorama.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, could happen. But yeah, so you're in on this anyway, Phil. 245 and due for release. I think it's Q1 of next year. I just want to check something. Because we never see him with a gun, and he does come with guns. I think I really like the shots with the red. It's almost like a red and blue. It's almost like those red and blue lights shining on this when they took. Definitely red anyway. But I think
I did a similar thing. That Vader shot I recently took was a red and green.
That was the one I reposted, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I really like that, yeah. This is probably how I'd pose him, even though we never see him with a blaster.
Again, I know I'm talking gaming again, but you do see them in Battlefront.
Oh, right.
With that rifle, so
cool.
Not as linked to gaming, but I'd probably pose him with a gun.
I saw a lot of people like going, "Oh, this is 245. Are you kidding me? Who wants this?" But like everyone's been asking for this for the longest time.
Yeah.
Like I think it was a Star Wars celebration last year, and I was predicting this would come up. We knew this was coming. We're wondering why it takes so long. So,
Yost, if you're listening, there's your opportunity. Come on.
Yeah, he's done with Star Wars, doesn't he?
Yeah, he is, unfortunately.
Is anyone else wants to weigh in on this? Or anyone? I know you've talked us to death, but I think it is. I still think it's exciting.
I'm heavily considerate and just in likes just to having high hopes, and someday we will get a TIE fighter. And if not, damn it, I'm gonna build it myself. I mean, how hard is it? I'm trying to get into 3D
Very
printing.
For us, for you, not so much, maybe.
So
for normal people, it's hard, Billy.
I saw the TIE fighter at Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, and it's something to behold. It's beautiful, and it's like it might not get another chance, so I might as well just have one and get one just in case.
Yeah, good stuff. That's your future proofing. Some people are actually doing what I did with the Vader. When instead of the 2 stormtroopers, they're putting 2 of these guys because from that scene, you two come with me. Anyone else considering getting this? Like I'm it's happening for me. It's happening for Phil. Philly, by the sounds of things, is going to future-proof himself just in case he gets a TIE fighter. What about Jim, Dave, or Mike? Anyone in on this?
I probably will. The cool thing about these, like Phil was talking about, they've been in video games, they've been in Rebels, they've been in every Star Wars media. So you can mix and match them into different collections. So, because I got a lot of like animated Star Wars stuff, but this will still work. I'll probably get them.
Okay. What about Dave or Jim? Any interest?
Nah, it's not for me. I like it, but I'm running low on space, and it's just like it's not a, as you would say, triple threat for me. I think I've got 5 slots left, so it would have to be a big ask for this to fill one of those 5 slots.
No,
but yeah,
that's fair enough. You're kind of
yeah.
It's at that
No
stage
interest.
You're playing 1/6 Tetris chess type thing.
a little bit, and I've got obviously Paul Atreides, Joker 2-pack at some point, so that's free straight away.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and they're I can see why you choose to display them over this. I get that, like, you know. So, we got a super chat.
Let's fucking go!
It's a $2 super chat from Blurred Blurred Dad Life. Quick shout out to say, keep up the great content. I really appreciate that, man. Appreciate just the $2 gesture, but even taking the time just to say that supportive comment. Really appreciate it. Thank you. We will do our best. Jose says, why haven't you put Maul or Keaton next to the Batmobile chain? That is a good question. Because I really, really like the diorama base that comes with Keaton. And he's not going to fit in there with the diorama base. And it might look just a bit strange anyway if the diorama base was there. And then you have the Batmobile. Also, there isn't that much space left inside there. I could push the Batmobile back and have him standing in the front. But then the DX08 Joker will just look lost without him. I kind of want to keep them together. So, I don't know. Maybe for the review I will, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have him standing. I really like that look when he's just standing in front of, as if he's just called the car. And they give you that little communicator device as it was set. I love that. Or, you know, when it just says stop and it stops in front of him. Or even if he's standing in front of it to the side. But yeah, there would be enough space to do that. I just haven't done it yet. But
are you considering getting another one?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, Shane, when you pulled up this comment, you said Maul. Does he really get in your head, or did you say that on purpose?
I said that on purpose. I'm obviously going to put Darth Maul there on the blood fin next to. Did I say Maul?
You did.
You did say Maul. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now I know that when I get Maul, he's going to be posed in front of the 89. Won't that be a sight for sore eyes? Yeah. Thanks very much for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So Dave, then, so TIE Fighter pilot, any interest?
Nah, I don't care.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay, fair enough. So you don't care about this TIE Fighter pilot?
Yeah.
Fuck you, asshole.
That is one of my favorite clips, man. I'm just, that doesn't get us demonetized. I don't know what will. Yeah, so no, that's cool. Again, like, this is, I like when we have these differing opinions. So that's actually perfect segue. So look, the left bottom corner, this emoji icon, it's for hot takes. I'm going to go first, right? And then I'll set the tone, and you can give your hot takes. I watched the first 2 seasons. I think I watched the first 2 seasons and a small bit of the 3rd season of the Netflix Daredevil when it was on TV, and I remember quite enjoying it. But I remember not finishing the 3rd season, and I can't remember why. And now I'm rewatching it because I'm not going to watch Daredevil Born Again until I see rewatch the first 2 seasons of Netflix and the episodes in season 3 when I left off. And I've realized I remembered why I stopped watching it. It's kind of the same thing every episode. It's, a fist fight, well choreographed action, I will say that, followed by some awkward dialogue, followed by a fist fight. I'm not really feeling it as much as people go on about it. And I know that's a hot take, because I know a lot of people love that show. I don't think it's bad. I just think it might be a bit overrated. while I recognize the action and the fight scenes are very well done, very well choreographed, and I like the violence in it, and I like the it's graphic and the swearing and stuff, but some of the dialogue is hard to. It's very cardboard like. It's very noticeable with the girl and Foggy. It's really like, I'm gonna say my line, and then you're gonna say your line. Oh, you said your line? Cool. I'm gonna say my line now, and it's like, it's really. We're really struggling through it. I will watch it. I will watch the whole 3 seasons because I want to see Born Again. I've heard really good things about it, but I'm struggling my way through it. Yeah. So I think the Netflix Daredevil seasons, I think they're a bit overrated personally. But anyway,
I would say if you're having a hard time with it, I would say just watch like the Bullseye episodes.
Okay.
Because those will be important. But like you've already seen the meat of everything. I don't think there's really anything else.
Yeah, you see, I just can't do it. I just like to finish things. It's like, I just like to finish things. It's the Clone Wars. Someone said to me, and they were absolutely right. Just go on and look at all these Ahsoka episodes. Disney Plus has it all lined up for you. You can just see the really, really good ones. And
I mean, it's kind of good, but the third season is similar to the Mandalorian third season. Kind of like they're running out of sort of ideas, or they're trying to figure out a footing for themselves. And the best ones are the first and second seasons for sure. But yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. What's your hot take, Philly? Do you have a hot take?
I'm sorry, hot take. I kind of missed your last hot take. Or
Phil has one. My hot take was that the Daredevil show, I think it's overrated. The first 3 seasons, the Netflix one. Phil, you have a hot take.
So I have a hot take, yeah. So Dexter. I've
Never
tried season 1, 2, 3, and I just I don't know. It baffles me.
You don't get what people get about it.
No, honestly,
Okay.
I mean, the trouble is they've just sort of done a few knockoff series as well. They've done like a prequel, I believe, and maybe something when he's in London or whatever. And a lot of people have banged the drum to me about, you've got to watch it, persevere. And I had the same with, because I was quite late to the show with Breaking Bad, and I persevered, got over season 1, bit of a drag, loved it after that. But Dexter, I think I'm 3rd season in now. How he hasn't got caught, it's just, I don't get why people love it. I struggle, and I've tried to enjoy it, but I struggle.
I didn't think I'd have any support in that one. So you're saying Dexter. You're not selling Dexter to me anyway, Phil.
Sorry, mate.
And Mr. Musashi, what's up, Shane and crew? Agree on some of the acting. Maybe it just aged poorly. Not sure. Possibly. Even Jose is saying I didn't finish Daredevil season 3 until like a year ago, so I get it. Okay, so season 3 is the kind of I'm just finishing like my last episode, season 1. Yeah, it's not really clicking for me. I will persevere, like Phil said.
I think I probably jumped on the Marvel sort of the Marvel train when all those were on Netflix and the movies were big. So I quite enjoyed all of them, and even like Luke Cage, Iron Fist. I think a few of them got slated, but I really enjoyed it at the time because I suppose it was just.
I thought Luke Cage was really good. I remember.
Yeah,
and Iron Fist actually.
Megan turned to me today and she was like, so like, what episode are we on? It was like 12. And how many episodes are in this season? 13. And how many seasons was 2 more? And is there 13 episodes, hour-long episodes in season 2 and 3? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh. And then like, we watched one episode of this thing called Adolescence today.
Yeah. This has been talking about that.
Oh my god.
Is it good?
Like the first episode, right from the first 10 minutes, we were hooked. And it is dark and it is intense drama, but it's odd to say I enjoyed it. It's like saying you enjoyed the Joker because it's so dark, but it definitely reeled us in very quickly, and it was just lots of suspense.
Have you watched 1,000 Blows with Stephen Graham?
No.
On Disney Plus. It's from the producers of Peaky Blinders.
All right.
It was okay. It's okay, yeah.
Okay. Dave, what's your hot take?
Oh, I got a good one. She-Hulk, the show, was perfect.
I knew where you were going with that as soon as you. Yeah. But you're not joking. You actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing: everything that people had to say against the show was exactly what She-Hulk is. People were mad about. I know Eddie specifically was mad about the twerking scene. Hey, that's She-Hulk. People had problems with how it ended, how it was all like convoluted and weird, and then like you just snap your fingers and it's different. That's She-Hulk. That's what she does. That's the character. I mean, love it or hate it, they did it right. It's what I was there for.
I thought she was more of like an attorney at law and like to be more like courtroom dramas and stuff. Now, is she not like? Is she not like an attorney? Not like a big.
She is, and she does that. But like, honestly, I don't care that we didn't get a whole lot of that because we got that with Daredevil, you know, and we're getting that a lot with this new season. I don't need that to enjoy She-Hulk. She-Hulk is just a ridiculous character doing ridiculous stuff. And it's all just, whimsy and doesn't really matter in the great scheme of things. And that's what She-Hulk is. And I loved it for that.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic.
I don't know enough about the character to know what she is or isn't, but I just know that I did not like that show at all. We've had this conversation multiple times anyway, so... But like, it's your hot take, and I'm not here to argue it. We're here to listen to the hot takes. So yeah, that was a smoking hot take. Jim,
I had a couple I was kind of tossing up between, but I'm going to make mine figure related, and I thought the Count Dooku figure by Hot Toys was a bit of a letdown when I got it, and I know that's one that people rave about the sculpt quite a lot, and it's got good elements to it, but his face is too gaunt, slightly too long. It's like an 80% likeness, I would say, not 100 or a 90. But yeah, that's the closest thing I'd come to a hot take, I suppose.
Yeah, well, you did actually recently explain to me that you didn't like the Dark Knight trilogy and you thought it was shit. But,
well, I can go that way, could I? I didn't say it was shit.
Wow. No, he didn't. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. I'm completely. That's
before Jose goes on again.
I'm completely exaggerating.
To be fair, I did not actually one of Nolan's other films. I thought Inception was overrated. Yeah,
I agree with that.
Oh no!
There he goes.
Nah.
It took me 3 times to get through that movie.
Well,
that's because you have to go into the third dream.
Genius. I'm just not intellectual.
Is it though? Is it?
No, I just think it's a bloody good movie, man. Yeah, that's weird.
It's good. It's good, but
it did put me to sleep, which might have been a meta thing. You're right, Shane.
It's meant to be. You need to spin your totem now to see if this is a dream.
That's the next level of watching that movie. Having it play while you're asleep, having it affect your dreams, dude.
Oh, that'd be freaky. Maybe I'd appreciate it more.
Dreaming and dreaming and dreaming and dream. Philly, do you have any hot takes?
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a new movie coming out, but I always thought that Cobra Kai was kind of overrated. I tried watching it as much as I could, but I think it was just too much of the same concept. But
I get that. I do you know what I find it though with Cobra Kai? It's like I'm not really looking to be like blown away here. That I can kind of go, oh guys, you have to watch this show. Like I'm never gonna say that about Cobra Kai, but like I'll watch it and it'll be just like, yeah, it's entertaining. Right? I know I agree with you on that one. But I do really love.
There's a movie coming out, right, with
Johnny Lawrence.
Yeah.
I just like how inappropriate it is.
Oh yeah, you gotta love him. But yeah, isn't Jackie Chan and Machio doing a movie? Is that in the same universe? I guess.
Oh,
sorry, I completely got distracted here. We need to fight Ryan.
Whoa!
Do we have a
That's the hottest take.
I can't tell if he's just doing it to wind us up or does he actually mean it?
Should I not say I don't know who that is?
You need to do your homework, man.
Hey, you know what?
Oh my God.
Ignorance is better than outright hate.
Yeah, if you know, you'd appreciate him.
I'm gonna check him out. I'm gonna check him out along with his band as well.
Classy Thomas, how are you doing? Streamed with Classy Thomas yesterday. Thanks for watching, Classy, and I hope you're feeling better. I don't get why they're so popular. Because their riffs are amazing. Because Danny Carey is an amazing drummer. Because they're so goddamn tight, and man. I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna take points away from Ryan.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut too.
Yeah. Okay. No, that was fun though, because like it's.
Yeah.
It's all good fun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fun.
Can I go real quick, Shane?
Yeah. Sorry, and get yours.
That's all right. And I gotta run because I'm getting that look from my wife. So
he's about to drop the hottest of hot takes, offend everyone, and leave. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So the comedian Shane Gillis is not funny, and Leonardo DiCaprio is extremely overrated. I don't like him as an actor. I like some movies he's in, but I really cannot stand him, and I don't understand why everyone likes him so much. Those are my two. And Jared Leto sucks. There you go.
In fairness,
who's
Jared Leto as a person, I don't like him. But there's some good movies though.
Yeah. These guys are both in good movies
as well.
But they're in good movies in spite of themselves, I feel like. But those are my.
And then they just got lucky; they were in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, like 2049, like you mentioned the other day. Great movie, but like anyone could have played that role better. You know, Fight Club, anyone could have been punched in the face 1,000 times. He doesn't, True. In my opinion, he doesn't make any
Dallas
film.
Buyers Club.
Okay, I haven't seen that. So, in fairness, I should say.
Anyone can put on a dress and lose weight. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, who hasn't?
Yeah, we've all done that.
So that's all I got for you. But I'm gonna run.
There were some good ones. There were some good ones.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Chat. See you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you. Bye bye.
Later, Mike.
Good to see you,
Have a
Mike.
good rest of the week.
See you, Mike.
That's true.
All right.
Wow,
so
that Mike
Philly,
guy, right? Jeez.
Yeah, hot take. Yeah. Philly, what you want to talk about?
Let's go with Arnold on Mr. Freeze.
Cool. Right. We got Arnold here. This is... Why is this not adding to stage? You used to be able to switch between tabs, but now I don't think you can. Okay, so there's a deluxe, there's a regular. It's $385, I think, for the deluxe, which comes with the wings and a base. And I think the regular's $365. I'll actually just double check that. But I'm gonna keep my take really short. I think this movie is awful. I have no interest in it, but they have nailed. Hot Toys have done a great job with the head sculpt, and they've absolutely nailed it. It looks the same as it did in the movie, and I'm glad it's USB powered for the people that are into it. But I'm out on this one. I have no interest. Take it away, boys. Philly.
We did briefly talk about this in Ben's show yesterday, but I think it's a good opportunity because aside from Spider-Man, I mean, Batman's villains are, they're rogues gallery. They're the most interesting characters, and I don't care what film or universe they pulled off, but the more the merrier. And this is the very first Mr. Freeze figure aside from the Mondo, but that's something else. So I'm happy for it. I mean, I'm excited, and hopefully they do more. And hopefully that gentleman that was asking for how much to get a Nicholson Joker, hopefully we get another opportunity. And I'm pretty sure they've done 2.0s of the Batmobile and the 89 Batman. They gotta do Joker. It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, could happen. Yeah, so you're in on this one. Then I obviously am. But what about anyone have thoughts on this? I know you probably spoke about them on different streams, stuff like that. But if you have any strong feelings for or against, or if you're picking this up, just let us know.
Garbage movie, great figure. I'm not gonna buy it, but I wouldn't be opposed to having it though. if that makes sense. Like I'm not gonna spend the money on it, but if it were a thing that, and I know it won't, but if it were a thing that later on I could find at a greatly discounted price, I'd probably buy it. Just because he was fun. Him and Uma Thurman were like the only reason to watch that movie. Like literally, they carried that movie. But yeah, it's not something that I'm going to spend the money on.
I mean, sometimes I forget and think, was it as ridiculous as I thought it was? And then I see these wings and go, yep.
Definitely not the deluxe.
The helmet.
No, this is not a deluxe or bust. This is a leave the deluxe at sideshow and get the other one.
But people want this. People want this. Like, and a lot of people are like, say, like maybe it's like, yeah, nostalgia or a childhood memory, or like they just like the character, or they like Arnie's performances. Like, it's going to sell.
That shot with the goggles. Oh, that's right there.
Which one?
The shot with the goggles. Yeah, that's Mr. Freeze right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
This will pop on any shelf as well. Like,
you need it lit
love
up.
it or hate it. Yeah.
And it's USB.
Yeah. Which is a great segue into our next section. Unless anyone else wants to speak about this, or I think Philly's in. Is anyone else actually in on this?
No.
Anyone else have something they want to explain about this, or something they want to talk about?
No, all good.
All good here.
I think Shane's frozen, I think.
Oh, has he?
Press the button,
yeah.
Shane.
I'm back now. Can you?
Yes.
Can you see me?
Yeah,
what
you're
will
good.
we do?
You're good.
Yeah. I was freezing there. So.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So anyone else want? No one else?
No,
okay.
Good.
No.
Okay, so we're gonna speak about this because I have no idea what this is, and if you have some insider information, I'm not going to tell you that I have an inside man who tells me all this stuff, because I don't. I know nothing about this. But Hot Toys Powergate. So I've noticed that they've launched a new Instagram. They mention it on their Instagram, the Hot Toys Instagram, but then they've launched another one called Hot Toys Powergate. And then I just a little translation option you can click. It says Hot Toys 25th anniversary, new brand experience space. Hot Toys Powergate is coming to the Kai Tak retail, opening special exclusive 1/6 scale collection figures and multiple new launches, leading collectors to explore new collection experiences. Now I don't know where is a Powergate something like, I think it was possibly Jim said it, that maybe this is their own official like fusion reactor kit to light things up. That would be great if it is, or it's hard to tell if this is just a shop. It seems like it could be just a shop, because it says like grand opening and it has March 29th, so maybe this is just another like secret base or something like that. And it's hard to like, I can interpret this as leading collectors to explore new collection experiences. That could be like something that would upgrade their collection. But at the same time, it's probably just lost in translation. It's probably just a new store. So opening limited product information will be announced soon on the official Hot Toys Powergate social platform. Do all the other shops have their own Instagrams? I think Secret Base has it on.
Yeah.
So this could be just another shop. Like, well, what's your reading? It Powergate though. I mean, I wonder, is it anything to do with new tech or something like that? What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, how many more times can you? Obviously, they've done the likes of Iron Man 1, 2.0, 3.0. Surely they've got to change something. So potentially there could be inbuilt fusion reactors, maybe.
I always assumed they would eventually work their way into just Hot Toys releases initially, but maybe they've seen how that could be a potential extra money maker, or they just decided to outsource it. But
yeah,
but it could be a store. Like after you said that, Shane, I started to think that maybe you're right, and it's just another brick and mortar location.
Yeah,
could be a store. it could be something amazing, incredibly, with ingenuity, a whole entire system of, USBs that connect to all the figures and that connect to one. But it could also mean an array of neon gold, multicolor new Ironmans.
Yeah.
You never know. And
the Shamrock Irishman, Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Cool. So guys, I'm going to hold on to the questions for Face Off for next week, because we've gone on a bit over more than I actually intended to do so, and I might hang on to the stills as well. So yeah, we're going to call it there if that's all right. Does anyone have anything they want to promote or plug, or any videos coming up, or any streams they're going to be on, or anything before we call it a day?
Tomorrow night I'm on with Aaron Articulates and Pete and Ian from OFAC again on Rants and Rambles live stream, so we'll be doing that again. So looking forward to that.
Absolutely,
it's a really fun show. It is, yeah. It's good fun. Pete and Ian are hilarious as well, so that really helps.
Yeah, absolutely. Good
dry.
guys, good guys.
Very dry.
Very dry.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone else want to promote something or anything?
No, I'm all good.
Right. Cool. So as usual, thank you very much for just giving up your time. Just shout out to anyone who has taken the time to like any videos, watch any videos, leave a comment, subscribe, become a channel member, all that stuff, greatly appreciated. We'll be back again next week. Hopefully there'll be a lot more news. It's kind of usually when it's a kind of a dry week like this, there's usually a kind of a barrage. I imagine we're going to get something tomorrow morning, something like that, and maybe over the next few weeks we'll probably start seeing the May 4th Star Wars celebration, maybe even Andor figures. So hopefully we'll get more news. You're gonna get that review for the Jazz 89 is I'd imagine it'll probably be next weekend by the time I get it fully finished. I might get it finished during the week, but yeah, that's pretty much it. We're out of here. We'll see you folks.
Good evening.